Your Excellency, the Senate President, ably represented by the Chief Whip of the Senate, distinguished Senator Olusola Adeyeye, the distinguished Chairman of the committee, please, may I have the privilege to do this formal introduction of members of the committee are seated at the high table. From the far left, we have Senator John Onwa Eno, is a member of the committee. We have seated just beside him distinguished Senator Barnabas Gamade from Benue, is also a sponsor of the committee. We have from the far right, from the left, from the right, far right, we have distinguished Senator Mara Ohabonwa from Abia State. And we have seated beside him distinguished Senator Biodun Olujumi, who is also the Deputy Minority Whip of the Senate. And we have the Chairman of the committee, distinguished Senator Jubril Barau, the Chairman of the committee. You're welcome. Already seated, as we recognize His Excellency, distinguished Senator A.B. Saraki, and as represented here by the Chief Whip of the Senate, Senator Olusola Adeyeye. You are welcome, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, distinguished senators, we have seated here today people from Ekiti State. But before then, let me say we had invited the Minister of Education, and we have also invited the Executive Secretary in UC, Professor Baga Adamu Rashid. We also invited the Executive Secretary in BTE and the Executive Secretary NCCE, the Director General Federal Scholarship Board, which I believe are ably represented here today. We also have people from Ekiti State, as led by the Obanua Omonigbein II, the Olumo of Omo Kingdom. You are welcome, Your Highness. We also have in our midst from Abia State, who led the team of people from Abia State, Right Honorable Cosmos Ndukwe, Deputy Speaker, Abia State House of Assembly. You are welcome. We also have, well, with the introduction, we continue. We have people from Benue State. Yes, sir. At this juncture, we don't want to waste our time. Please, may I call on the chairman of the committee for his opening address. Thank you, sir.
The President of Senate, Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, ably represented by the Chief Whip of the Senate, distinguished Senator Olusola Adeyeye, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol because of time constraint. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to this public hearing on one, Federal College of Education, FCEOmuoEkiti, Ekiti State Establishment ETC Bill 2018 SB 611. 2. Federal Polytechnic, Item Abia State Establishment ETC Bill 2018 SB 520. 3. Federal Polytechnic Adipo, Benue State Establishment ETC Bill 2018 SB 494. The last but not the least is the National Student Financial Aid Scheme Establishment ETC Bill 2017 SB 114. These bills are seeking to establish the Federal Polytechnic, the Federal College of Education, FCEOmuoEkiti, Ekiti State, the Federal Polytechnic Item, Abia State, the Federal Polytechnic Adipo, Benue State, and National Student Financial Aid Scheme, and make comprehensive provisions for their due management and administration. The establishment of the College of Education will help to increase the stock of teachers available for our schools, while the establishment of federal polytechnics will provide the technical know-how that will aid the country's technological advancement. In the case of the National Financial Aid Scheme Bill, it is seeking to repeal the Nigerian Education Bank and to establish a students' financial aid scheme in order to provide a realistic framework for financing undergraduate and postgraduate education within and outside Nigeria, in line with the change agenda of this administration. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, this public hearing will allow you, our esteemed stakeholders and members of the public, to be part of the process to legislate on this bill to bring about their enactment. I therefore hope that you are going to make vital and frank contributions in support or otherwise in respect to the passage of these bills. May I at this point invite His Excellency Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, ably represented by our amiable and respected Chief Whip, to declare this public hearing open. Mr. President, sir.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here for two reasons. First, my own passion as a legislator lies in the realm of education. I actually did everything to remain chairman of the Committee on Education instead of being chief whip. But my party prevailed and chose to give me this office, and I'm grateful to the party, don't get me wrong. But really, I envy those of my colleagues who steer the Committee of Education, the great women and men that you see sitting before you. I used to be the vice chairman of the Senate Committee on Education, and for a short time I was also the chairman of the State Committee on Education. And you can see how powerful Senator Olujimi and Senator Mao Ohambowa both are, because I also sponsored a similar bill, and although I'm a principal officer, they're getting their own public hearing before my own. Please, we don't allow clapping in the Senate, but give them a hand. I'm serious. It tells you they have worked exceptionally hard. People think you see the pomp and pageantry. You don't see the hard work that goes into this place. Believe you me, when I ran out just now, it was a call from the presidency. And when you get a call from the presidency, you quickly forget that you are not Sharaki sitting down there. You're just from Osun Central, so you run out to go and pick it up. So, but I'm glad to be here. Kabiyesi, God bless you. Now I'm no longer Shola Adeyeye. As President of the Nigerian Senate, Bukola Saraki, I speak. And as Senate President, it is an honor for me to be invited by the chairman and members of the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and TET Fund to declare open this public hearing on the consideration of 4 bills, namely Federal College of Education, FCEOmuoEkiti, Ekiti State Establishment, etc. Bill 2018, Senate Bill 611, Federal Polytechnic, Abia State, etc. Bill 2018, Federal Polytechnic, Adipo, Benue State, Bill, and National Student Financial Aid Scheme 2017, State Bill 114. I find it quite gratifying that we are gathered here today to consider enacting appropriate legislations for the establishment of one college of education in Ekiti State, 2 federal polytechnics in Abia and Benue State, and to consider ways of affording Nigerian students the opportunity, the access to financial aid for their education to whatever level they may desire anywhere in the world. Colleges of education in Nigeria have played a vital role in our national development, especially in the education sector. The teaching function of colleges of education in Nigeria, for instance, has contributed immensely to national development, particularly in the development of middle-level manpower for the nation's primary and junior secondary schools. Over the years, colleges of education have produced a large number of non-graduate professional NCE teachers that teach in our primary and junior secondary schools, thus alleviating the manpower problems of the nation at those levels. Their research results enable the educational planners to formulate appropriate education policies for the nation's development. The need to establish more federal polytechnics in the country is informed by the imperative to create more access to quality higher technical education in view of the large number of qualified candidates nationwide. The emphasis on providing full-time courses in applied sciences and other fields in these institutions will help reduce the period of coursework and further deepen the learning capacity of the student in related disciplines. It is therefore hoped that the communities around the locations of these institutions will take advantage of their proximities to enroll qualified candidates for maximum benefits. The financing of education has emerged as a major impediment militating against the acquisition of requisite knowledge and relevant skills for our youths and young adults. This has led to many criticizing the conventional scholarship schemes, while calling for a separate scheme that will enable Nigerian students access educational loans for the purpose of studying anywhere in the world. I am confident that this eminent gathering today will do justice to the National Student Financial Aid Scheme bill and come up with appropriate recommendations for necessary consideration by the Senate. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, may I once again reiterate the unwavering commitment of the 8th Senate to ensuring that we continue to facilitate the development of key social infrastructure, especially as it pertains to education in all parts of the country, because failure to do so will amount to dashing the hopes of millions of Nigerians that earnestly look up to us, and this we cannot afford to do. I congratulate the sponsors of these bills for their forthrightness and commitment to the development of education sector of our country. Before I take my seat, I seek the indulgence of my colleagues to specially recognize the husband of one of the most vibrant senators in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because she belongs to the wrong party, I often disagree with her. But party or no party, there's only one Senate. And when you see a deep river, whether she's silent or boisterously energetic, you know it is a deep river. I am pleased to welcome to our midst the husband of distinguished Senator Abiodun Olujimi. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, behind every successful man, there is a woman. And in a society where there are obviously cultural bias, when you see a magnificently successful politician who is female, you must find an incandescently, gloriously, energetically supportive husband. I salute you. Thank you very much. At this point, it is my singular pleasure as His Excellency Senate President to hereby declare this public hearing open. I thank you all for your kind attention and wish you very fruitful deliberations. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.